What would you do if the palace you built on dreams vanished with just one piece of paper? Tonight, you will witness how the brightest lights can cast the darkest shadows, and how a single truth can erase an empire. The villa glowed like a kingdom of gold. Crystal chandeliers sparkled through massive glass windows. A fleet of luxury cars lined the marble driveway. Journalists' cameras flashed like fireworks, and guests in tuxedos and gowns whispered in awe. At the center of it all stood Elena Vargas. Draped in a diamond gown, she raised her glass, smiling like a queen who owned the night. This villa is not just my home. It's proof that dreams are real, that power belongs to those who dare to take it. Cheers erupted. The party roared with violins and champagne fountains. But behind the applause, whispers stirred. Some admired her rise. Others doubted it. Elena Vargas was not born into wealth. She carved her empire with ambition sharper than any blade. Some said she was fearless. Others called her reckless. Flashbacks painted her journey, failed businesses, betrayals, a marriage that ended in scandal. But Elena always returned stronger, hungrier, and bolder. Now she stood inside the villa's ballroom, surrounded by the elite. Marcus Hale, her business partner, toasted beside her, his eyes hiding calculations. Sophia Lane, her oldest friend, smiled with envy stitched into her lips. The night shimmered with gold. Yet something about Elena's laugh felt forced. The walls of the villa seemed to whisper secrets that no chandelier could drown. Guests exchanged uneasy glances. "How did she afford this?" someone murmured. The land wasn't even hers. "Was it?" whispered another. Elena felt the tension. She gripped her champagne glass tighter, as if one crack could shatter her world. The narrator whispers, "Every empire built on sand eventually hears the tide." Suddenly, the laughter stopped. The main doors creaked open. A man stepped in. Daniel Cross. No tuxedo. No diamonds. Just a black suit, simple, yet powerful. His face was calm, but his presence silenced the hall. In his hand went a single folded paper. He walked through the ballroom as if time itself had slowed. Elena's eyes widened. Her glass slipped and shattered against the marble floor. Who are you?" she demanded. Daniel's voice was steady. "I am the rightful owner of this land. And this," he raised the paper high, glowing under the chandeliers, "is the proof." The guests gasped. The chandeliers seemed to dim. Marcus froze. Sophia's lips curved in silent satisfaction. Elena's empire trembled. She tried to speak, but her voice cracked. "No, this is mine. Everything here, mine!" But the paper said otherwise. Lawyers were called. Journalists surged forward. Cameras flashed, but this time not in celebration, in scandal. The guards stepped aside. The music died. And Elena Vargas, the woman who built an empire of glass, watched it crumble in silence. Daniel stood tall, his green aura of truth radiating like judgment itself. The narrator's voice returns, softer but sharper than ever. "Greed can build castles, but only truth holds the keys." Elena Vargas thought wealth could erase the past. But justice does not knock. It walks in. Remember this, one lie can shine for years, but one truth can end it all in a single night. The screen fades to black. Bold words glow. One paper took it all. When the lights of Elena's villa went dark, when her empire collapsed with a single sheet of paper, the world witnessed something more powerful than wealth, ambition, or fame. It witnessed truth. And that is the first lesson. No matter how high you rise on lies, one truth is enough to bring you down. Elena Vargas believed money could erase the past. She thought glittering chandeliers and diamond gowns could silence whispers. She believed power belonged to those who dared, and that owning a palace proved she had won the game of life. But power borrowed without permission is never yours to keep. The second lesson is about greed and pride. Greed whispers that more is never enough. It tells you that success isn't success unless the world sees it. But when you live only to impress others, you build a castle of glass, beautiful to the eye, fragile to the touch. And when it breaks, it cuts the hands that built it. The third lesson is about integrity. True wealth is not in property, cars, or champagne fountains. True wealth is in the ability to sleep at night without fear that someone will expose you. It is in the peace of knowing that every stone you laid in your life rests on honesty. Daniel Cross didn't need chandeliers or gowns. He walked into that ballroom with nothing but truth in his hand. And it was stronger than Elena's empire of millions. Because in the end, truth doesn't shout. It simply stands. And when it stands, the world listens. The fourth lesson is about relationships. Notice how Marcus, her partner, froze in fear. How Sophia, her friend, smiled at her downfall. When your empire is built only on wealth, your allies are temporary. They clap when you rise, but they cheer when you fall. Loyalty cannot be bought with diamonds. If your foundation is lies, your circle will break the moment the lights dim. The fifth lesson is about time. Lies can shine for years. You may enjoy luxury, applause, and admiration. But time is the judge of every empire. And when truth arrives, even after decades, it erases everything in one night. So what do we learn from Elena's story? We learn that ambition is not wrong, but ambition without honesty is poison. We learn that power can give you followers, but only truth will give you respect. We learn that wealth can fill a ballroom, but only character can keep it standing. In your own life, remember this. When you chase dreams, build them on a foundation of truth. Let your empire rise slowly, brick by brick, but make sure each brick is solid. Do not envy the castles of others, because you do not see the cracks in their walls. And when you stand in your own palace, let it be one that no piece of paper can take away. Because at the end of every story, chandeliers dim, music fades, applause stops, and only truth remains. So guard your truth, build with honesty, and never forget. One lie can shine for years, but one truth can end it all in a single night.